Wait a minute. There it goes.
Hi everybody, it's me again. I'm going to do another cooking video, yay! Anyway, I'm going to try to multitask. I used to be able to do it all the time, so I'm going to make a few, let me see, 1, 2, 3 different things. And I'm going to be making a pot of beans. First I need to go through these beans and make sure I pull out any little rocks or anything like that. I'm also going to make some salsa. I've got tomatoes, I've got some onion, I have some serrano chile, and I've got jalapeno chile, and of course some garlic, and some cilantro. But I'm also going to make a chuck roast. I'm going to put it in the crock pot. And the reason I'm making this is that tonight at our church, at Highland Avenue Community Church, we have the Momentum Youth Group that meets, and every week that they meet on a Wednesday, we have different people that are scheduled to cook for the teens. So today this is what I'm making for them. And most of the time they do eat salsa, so I'm not afraid to make the salsa for them. And they do like beans, and so we're going to just make burritos tonight. And I'm not making the tortillas. I did buy the tortillas this time. Also, just want to let everybody out there in San Bernardino know that I'm going to miss you guys again. This is the second week that I'm not serving at the church. But just know that I think of you guys. I'm praying for you guys. And thank my daughter and her children that are going to serve tonight in our place, since we won't be there as well. But they serve every week. And I'm really thankful to God that He's done that for them and given them that heart of a servant, and just so much love that they share with that particular community. So let me just, I'm going to wash my hands, but I'm going to put the meat in the crock pot, and it's going to cook for about 6 hours. Now it's just a chuck roast, and what I'm going to do is, let me move the beans out of the way just a little bit. And I'll bring that over here. So what I like to do is, I like to put a slit right in the meat here, and then I'm going to put some garlic, probably 3 garlic heads in there, 2, maybe 3 areas there. Just peel it. And then right where I made that slit, I'm just going to stuff that right inside there. I don't usually cook beef, so I'm going to kind of look forward to this. My husband Mike doesn't eat beef. He usually eats chicken and fish and turkey. And we'll do one more small one. Here's a small one. And I just kind of mash it like that to open up the skin. Unfortunately, when you do that, you lose a lot of the juice, but that's all right. It'll still get the flavor in there when it's cooking. Now sometimes what I do, I'm not going to do it today, but sometimes I'll brown both sides in a pot with a little bit of olive oil. Brown both sides, and then I'll put it in the crock pot, but I'm just going to put it directly in there today. So I do have the crock pot ready. It's on. So I'm going to just place it right in there. And it's going to be able to cook in its own juices. I'm not going to add any water. If I find that it's looking a little dry, then I'll just add a little, just a little bit of water. Oh, we should season it, right? So I'm going to season it with just a little bit of pepper and salt. Okay. So while that's cooking, I'm going to cook it on high, and then I'll just lower it as needed. If I see that it's already cooked very well, then I'll just lower it and maybe just keep it warm until it's time to serve the teens tonight, and that's usually between 6 and 6:30. So next, I'm going to go through the beans, and these are pinto beans. And okay, I need to take my glasses off so I could see. Those are my vision glasses, and these are my reading glasses, and to see up close. And so what you're looking for when you're cleaning your beans, your pinto beans, is you want to look for any little rocks. Because you don't want to bite into the rock when you're having a nice burrito. And it looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them in the strainer. And then we're going to rinse them out. And then put them in a pot that I've got here boiling. It's boiling some water already. And what's always nice too is to have a pot of boiling water. So I'm going to just boil some water. There's still water in there from this morning. So I'm going to let it get hot. And then as needed, as it starts to cook down, then we just add hot water to it so that they can finish cooking. And the beans probably about 3 hours. It cooks for about 3 hours. And then you just taste, you add salt to it. And then you just taste. If you need to add a little more, you can do that. So the next thing we're going to do is start working on the salsa. So we have an onion that we're going to cut. And I'm going to just make a pico de gallo. But an onion we can cut here. Take off some of this shell, this skin here. We just kind of slice it this way. I do have a little processor that I use sometimes, and it just cuts the onion, dices it really nice and really fast. But I'm going to go ahead and just use a knife this time. And we're going to make a pico de gallo so the kids can put on their burritos tonight. I mean, it'd be so easy to run and get a pizza or maybe some tacos. But I just like cooking, so I don't mind cooking for them. Sometimes I don't know what to make, whether I should make tacos, burritos, enchiladas, because there's other people that cook as well, so I don't know what's on their menus. So hopefully they're not having the same thing twice in a row. I'm sure there's an easier way to cut an onion. I've seen videos on TV where people are just slicing it in their hand, blah, blah, blah. Not me. I will chop my finger off. So I just do the best I can as far as cutting the onions. I'm not sure on the jalapenos. I did buy those today, and they're big, they're huge. So I have no idea if they're really spicy or not. Sometimes they're flavorful, but they're not spicy, they're not hot. So we'll have to maybe take a taste and see. And my videographer is Mr. Michael Dan Thompson, my lovely husband. Hi, honey.
Hi, honey.
So, put this right in here. There's many ways to make salsa. Sometimes I'll do it in the molcajete, but it's a different consistency when you do it in the molcajete. Because what you do in the molcajete, you roast the chilies on the fire here, and you roast them and then you peel them, and then you just use the molcajete. See if I have a molcajete here, so you can see. Yeah. You would roast the chilies and then you'd put them in there, and then you would just crush them with the mortar. Mortar? No.
Yeah.
Is this a mortar?
Yes.
It's a molcajete to me. So what is this called?
Mortar.
This is a mortar? What is this called?
A molcajete. The
Oh,
molcajete.
whatever it is in English.
The bowl, I guess.
You know what I mean. And anyway, this is the chile here. So we're going to go ahead and dice this up. I am going to take the inside out because the inside's got the seeds and the veins. I am going to take some of that out. Just take a look there. Look at all those seeds there. And I don't know if you can get the inside of that, but that's what the inside of the jalapeno looks like. And so I'm going to take some of that out as well, because those are the veins, and I think that's where the hot comes from, the heat comes from. Okay. Ooh, that looks yummy. So again, we're just going to cut it up. And again, you can use the little processors for this because it'll shred the, it'll cut up the jalapenos real small. But I'm going to go ahead and just use my knife. I'm careful not to get my fingers. We've had a busy week, Mike and I and my granddaughter Viviana, and the 50 Plus Club at our church. Thank you, Lucinda, Marie, and Pam. We went to the Native American Christian Academy in Arizona and did a work and witness there and met some really nice people and the students who go there. And we got back on Friday night. But on the way home, we stopped at the Grand Canyon, so my granddaughter Viviana can experience the Grand Canyon. And we had a very, very good time. Okay, that's one jalapeno. I'm going to do one serrano. This one is called a serrano. You see it's more narrow, it's smaller. Do one of these. Again, without knowing how much the kids, how much heat they can take, I'm going to go ahead and just take that out of here. And then we also got a new pastor at our church, Pastor Phil Hamner, and we're excited about that. And hopefully he'll be with us for our Easter celebration. Pastor Phil Hamner and his wife and his son, Rebecca and Evan. If I'm not looking at you, it's because I'm paying attention not to cut my fingers. So we're excited about that. Many good things are beginning to happen and we're moving forward. And just thanking God for all that He has blessed us with and answered prayers for sure. Okay, so we got two different chiles here. I think I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm not going to have like 3 more, but I don't think I'm going to add those. Because I have a feeling. Oh, it smells so good though. I know you're probably saying, take a taste, take a taste. Here, Mike. Just kidding. Oh, here. You'll do it. That's a jalapeno.
Fire hydrant! Just kidding.
Oh, that was hot. Ooh. So let me just clean this quickly. We also have some garlic that we'll use here. And for the garlic, I do have a garlic press. That's one thing I have not mastered, is how to cut a little garlic without cutting my fingers. So I do have a garlic press that I like to use. I'll just stick it right in there. And I'm just going to put one. We also have some tomatoes that we'll use. I'm probably going to put at least 3 tomatoes. And then if you have to add more, you can always add more tomatoes, or you can even add tomato sauce. So meanwhile, the meat is cooking. And since I didn't season the other side with the salt and pepper, I'll probably flip it over and season the other side as well. Now everybody makes their salsas different, but the end result is always good. And of course, I probably have not mastered the cutting of the tomato to make it look nice little squares like my friend Rosario Sanchez does. She always makes salsa for us when she takes care of Darlene when we go away on our little trips. But we always come back and she's got a salsa. She's got some nice meals that she prepares for Darlene. But she always makes sure that there's something freshly made when we get home. Which is very nice. So what I'm doing is I'm just dicing up these tomatoes. And we're going to add those to the bowl there with the chili and onions and the garlic. And then we also are going to cut up some cilantro. And that's going to give it some nice flavor. And then we'll just add some salt and pepper to the salsa as well. Sometimes you can add comino, the powdered comino. You can add powdered comino to it if you want. Some people, if they don't use the whole garlic, they'll use garlic salt. So if you use garlic salt, don't add more salt because it'll be too salty. My sister Pina is the one that usually makes the salsas for our brunches. In fact, we're having a brunch this weekend and Mike and I are hosting. So usually the person that is hosting will make either a pot of pozole or a pot of menudo. So I will probably be making some chicken pozole. And then of course all of our family will come and enjoy some time together. And some nice meals. And what's nice about that is when we get together once a month, the first Sunday of every month, our family gets together. And what's nice about that is that we get to see our little nieces and nephews and the newborn babies. And we get to see them all the time once a month, so we're seeing them grow, which is very, very nice. So we're always happy when everybody can make it, and for those that don't make it, we just hope that someday they can try to make one of the brunches. But we all, there's 6 of us sisters, so we host. We all host, and even the nieces, our nieces, they host as well. And in the winter time, those of us that don't have swimming pools will be the host. And those that have swimming pools in the summertime host. And it's usually 2 months. Like I'll do this month and probably next month. I usually try to do it consecutive. But if it's hot, then one of the sisters with the pools will host. So, anyway, so I said I was going to multitask. And I am. Now the beans are, they're cooking nicely. They're still hard. I don't know if you can see them. They're still white. They're starting to cook and turn a little brown. But I am going to add a little bit of water. So that hot water that I was telling you about, I'm going to add some more. And the reason we do the hot water is that if you use cold water, it changes the color. Normally it's a brownish color. The liquid is a brownish color. So that's why you want to use the hot water. Now on the salsa, I'm going to stir in that garlic that I put in last. Can you see this, Mike? So I've only got 1 jalapeno. my sister Pina is probably saying, add 2 more or 3 more. I remember when we were in Mexico, I made salsa and I made it like this with 1 and 1 and 1. She said, "What is that?" Add some more. But I'm afraid I don't want to make it too hot where they can't enjoy it. So there's the tomatoes. Kind of stir that up again. And then we have some cilantro. Oh, it looks so good and it smells good. So we'll just get a bunch of that. And we'll just kind of chop it up. Kind of chop it up fine. Oh, cilantro. You can put cilantro in almost any dish. Gives it such a good flavor. So I was going to make a video of making tortillas, flour tortillas. And then I said, well, not today, Marky, not today. My nephew Marky wants me to make them, but do it showing how much sugar, how much salt and how much baking powder and everything. So, and I said, oh, I can do that when I make the burritos, the tortillas for the burritos for the teens. And then I said, not today, Marky, not today. So I bought a pack of tortillas. I cheated. But I'll make a video. So I'm gonna just add that right in there. Ooh, that looks good. However, Bina, it doesn't smell like it has enough jalapeno. But it smells delicious. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and again, if you end up having to add tomato sauce, you can do that. I prefer not to, but if I have to, I would. If it was too hot and spicy, then I would add a little bit of tomato sauce. But I think this is going to be okay. Okay, so we will try it. I don't know. Ooh. Oh, it tastes good to me. I'm not going to add any more chili. Oh, that's tasty. Very tasty. So this is what the kids will have tonight. The teens will have tonight at church. They're going to have some salsa, some pico de gallo. They're gonna have some fresh beans that I'm making right now, and this chuck roast that I will shred and give them the option of having it just on a plate or in a burrito. I think it would taste good in a burrito. And I don't, like I said, I don't usually make beef, so hopefully everybody will eat beef. If not, I'll take some cheese and they can make bean and cheese burritos if they don't eat beef. Anyways, so I multitasked. I did good. I didn't burn anything yet. And the salsa's done.
And there's no fingers in the salsa.
No fingers. I got them all.
We definitely have to make red salsa if you did.
All right. We'll see you guys again on the next video.